Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Adi Vaidya, Chairperson Malhar 2012, welcome His Holiness the Dalai Lama on the behalf of entire student community of St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. His Holiness, it is an honor for us to have you here. It was a Malhar Conclave initiative, but due to time constraints, His Holiness couldn't make it that time. He, however, didn't forget us, contacted us back, and is finally here today. We are indebted to you, His Holiness, for making it happen and showering your blessings on one and all present here. I would now call Father Fraser on the podium to speak a few words.
Your Holiness, the Dalai Lama, on behalf of all the students, my colleagues and my rector, Father Arun D'Souza, and on my own behalf, a very, very warm welcome to this campus of St. Xavier's College. You will note I think perhaps we'll keep the clapping then at the end. Sorry for that cue. You will note that this is a beautiful campus and a rather old campus. St. Xavier's College is 145 years old, and it is one of the oldest and hopefully one of the reputed colleges of our country. This is part of the effort of a group of international Catholic priests called the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits. And we have educational institutions all over the globe. We have about 28 very good universities in the USA, and we have 30 even better colleges in India. And this is one of those colleges, St. Xavier's Mumbai. We have St. Xavier's Kolkata and Ranchi. We have Loyola Chennai and a number of other colleges. So we share in the whole tradition of excellence of the Jesuit tradition of higher education in the country and across the globe. So St. Xavier's College is renowned because we attempt to give an all-round formation to our students. We emphasize academic excellence, yes, but as your talk will also dwell on, what our country and the world requires is an all-round formation of the whole human person. We believe that it's not just the intellect that requires to be educated, but it is also the heart and the spirit. And that is precisely why we are so very grateful for your presence here in our midst. Because, Your Holiness, you symbolize one of those few individuals in the world today who are like the conscience of the world, calling us to what human beings are really meant to be. Unfortunately, we do see, depravity among human beings, and sometimes it is taken almost for granted that that is what human beings are, to be pulled down to the base level. But that is not what we believe is true. We believe we are all called to a higher spiritual order and a higher functioning as human beings, so that we can treat all of creation as our brothers and sisters, as people who are related to us. And that is why ethics is so important, educating both the mind and the heart. And so the whole audience, and there are many more in classrooms where they will have a direct transmission of this event, many more waiting to listen to your words of wisdom, because we believe you have a message for today's world, the 21st century. We cannot forget that the 21st century will depend on how human beings treat each other, not on the technology, not on those types of advancements, but the type of education we give to our minds and hearts and to our relationships. So welcome once again to our campus. We're very grateful for your presence, and we hope that this interaction will have ramifications not only in India, but across the globe. many of these students will be going for further studies to other parts of the world, and hopefully most of them will come back to build up our country. And so we do believe that this short event can have repercussions which are worldwide. So thank you for accepting our invitation, and God bless your efforts to be the conscience of our world.
His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, is both the head of state and spiritual leader of Tibet. The Dalai Lama, as are believed to be manifestations of Avlokiteshvara or Chenrezig, the Bodhisattva of compassion and patron saint of Tibet. Bodhisattvas are enlightened beings who have postponed their own nirvana and chosen to take rebirth to serve humanity. The numerous awards His Holiness has received includes honorary doctorates, citizenships, and the much coveted Nobel Peace Prize, which he received in 1989. His Holiness' life is guided by three major commitments, he states: promotion of basic human values or secular ethics in the interest of human happiness. His topic for today, Ethics, Educating the Heart and Mind, is based on this particular principle: fostering of interreligious harmony and welfare of the Tibetan people. Since 1959, His Holiness has been living in Dharamsala in the state of Himachal Pradesh in northern India, the seat of Tibetan political administration in exile. Incidentally, I come from the same state, and after years of seeing his entourage cross my school, it is indeed an honor to introduce His Holiness here today. I would now request Father Fraser to felicitate His Holiness with the shawl from the side of St. Xavier's College. I would call upon Vishakha and Nisha, Vice Chairpersons Malhar, to hand over the college coffee table book to His Holiness. Two of our students from junior college, His Holiness, have made a portrait of yours and would like to present it to you. Krutika Shah and Jasmine Shah. On the stage, please. Without much ado, I would now call His Holiness to the podium and request him to enlighten our souls. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, these are some. More. This is not working. Still not working.
Yeah, yes. Spiritual brothers and sisters, and of course mainly young brothers, sisters. When I give talk, whenever I give talk to people, I always consider we are same human being. That I feel something very important. Now today, 7 billion human beings on this planet. Basically, we all same. Mentally, emotionally, physically, same. And most important, everyone want happy life and a successful life. And everyone have a right to achieve that. Then there are a lot of problems. A lot of problems, essentially our own creation. Then the big question, why? Everybody wants happy life, successful life, but at the same time, people ourselves, you see, create a lot of problems. Why? I feel we too much emphasis on the secondary level of differences. Races, nationality, and even religious faith. And within same sort of nationality or religious faith. But then, again, you see, we emphasize rich and poor, educated, uneducated, and all sorts of differences. So we too much emphasis on the secondary level of differences, forgetting or neglecting. Fundamentally, we are same human being. So oneness of humanity, I think due to lack of that within human ourselves, killing each other, bully each other, cheating each other. Oneself, if someone bully, cheating, you feel unhappy because you want a happy life, successful life. And then someone carry that kind of attitude, it actually hinders your own successful life, right? Happy life. So same way, if oneself, you see, cheating other people, bully other people, exploit other people, that creates this problem. So therefore, wherever I go to talk people, I always make clear. Fundamentally, we are same human being, and clear sort of awareness, sameness of humanity. That I think very, very important. All major religious tradition emphasis on that. In fact, according many religious faith, the entire world created by God. So entire sort of human being, essentially, truly brothers and sisters. So therefore, now we are in 21st century. Suppose through education, and with education, and also a lot of technology, these things. So essentially, I think we humanity on this earth in 20th century and now 21st century, I think should be more happier. But that's not the case, isn't it? Lot of problems. Even those materially well-being way. Materialist or versus the rich one. As a human being, I found many of them very unhappy in deep inside. Too much stress, frustration, and distrust, suspicion. We are social animals. We have to live as a community. In order to live community with happy community, trust is the key factor. Even small family, trust is key factor. Once distrust develops, the person no longer happy, always cautious way, or suspicious way. If we go deeper level, we are same human being, and we are social animal. For happy future, my happy future depend on the society, ultimately depend on the global humanity. So realize that. Take care. The humanity of the society is the ultimate base of one individual's happy life. So in any way, technology, material, or say the facility alone will not bring happy humanity. Will not create a really happy individual. Right? So then, sometimes I really feel animals, those particularly social animals, when they have no immediate threat, I think they work together, live peacefully. Perhaps I think better than human being. Now, suppose our intelligence, suppose you see, bring more deeper level happiness. Animals have not that sort of capacity. We human beings, our intelligence, I think from the viewpoint of the theory of creator, then creator creates human being with special sort of brain. Certainly, the creation of God, that special brain, not for suffering, not for trouble. Clear. Certainly, creation of that wonderful brain is for enlightenment, which animals cannot use that way, cannot think that way. So therefore, the instrument to open our intelligence, that's the education. So sometimes I feel existing modern education system, the secular education system, sometimes it seems to see something is not adequate about moral teaching of moral ethics. So as a result, very brilliant people who have highly educated, but eventually they become truly troublemaker among humanity, isn't it? Some of these real troublemaker, as far as their education is concerned, I think, and the brain is concerned, very smart. I often used to telling, like September 11th event, such sort of horrible sort of unbelievable destruction. A lot of sort of preparation, very, very carefully planned. And carry these plans step by step must be very sort of intelligent person. I think dull person, I think what they are doing, I think immediately you see, tell, then you see more people knows, then we'll stop. So this highly sort of secrecy. These things, I think they are very, very intelligent. But their marvelous brain intelligence actually become disposal of hatred. So now we must pay more attention, not only education, not only development here, but development of warm-heartedness. Once warm-heartedness develops, then sense of responsibility automatically come. And sense of community also automatically come. Once you develop genuine sense of concern of their well-being, a person who have that kind of mental attitude never create harms to others, because you actually taking care of their well-being. So I think, like this, also the Jesuit way. The Jesuit, I think, education today, institutions, or colleges, or university, or school, these things. Besides sort of knowledge, you also, you see, taking care about moral ethics. So that's, I think, very, very important. I think, as a matter of fact, on this planet, the Christian community, Christian brothers, sisters, or Christians, I think really made greatest contribution regarding education. South, north, east, west, I think all over the world. I noticed, you see, some area, facility very poor, but some missionary workers there, some sisters, some brothers, really carrying work in the field of education and field of health. One time I visited Mother Teresa's place in Calcutta. Although at that time, Mother Teresa already passed away, but her follower, those sisters, really sort of dedicate their whole sort of their life for serving others. That also mainly serving needy people, poor people. So such determination, such willpower, you see, come from their own faith. So it is really wonderful. Meantime, some missionaries also try to conversion. That I don't like. Reality is that on this planet, many different traditions, religious traditions there. If one side try to effort, you see, conversion, the other side also, you see, try to propagate their own faith. Then sooner or later, some problems. Actually, religious faith is entirely up to individual. So should give complete freedom to individual. He or she want to follow this faith, then we have to help. if he or she not much interest, then nobody can force. Now here, firstly, I would like to mention, you see, harmony among different religious traditions. One of my commitment is try to promote harmony among the different religious traditions. That's one my commitment. In that respect, India, 1,000 years, many religious faiths live together. Beside homegrown religion, that is Sankhya philosophy, one of the I think, oldest non-Buddhist sort of tradition in India, Sankhya philosophy. Then from that, is some different sort of philosophy, traditions, before Buddha already developed. Then Mahavira, Jainism. Then Buddha, Buddhism. And later, the Sikhism, Guru Nanak, Kasota, versus teach Sikhism. These are homegrown religions. Then from outside, ancient Iranian religion, that's Zoroastrian. Now this in Bombay here, the Parsi community there, compare whole Bombay population, Parsi population very small. But they settle very happily. They carry their own faith, generation to generations, no fear. Then Christianity, Islam, Judaism, so all major religious traditions live together on this we call Arya Bhumi, Bharat. I think that is, I really feel, example, something like a living example. Different religious traditions can live together. I always is telling in different countries, India, look, India, religious harmony, very possible. Not only developed in modern time, but 1,000 years. I think around 3,000 years. You see, these different, the different religious tradition already is started and live together. And occasionally some problems. One time in Orissa, some Hindus burned some missionary workers. And then, because of Gujarat, Bombay, Gujarat, is some problems, you see, happen. That's quite understandable. You see, about billion human population, some mischievous people always happen. But these cannot represent Indian people as a whole. India, billion population, and a complicated nation.